All right, you guys. Now, Bear said that while they were in Japan, they could still make the logos and the thumbnails for the show.
Good.
However, I don't know if I believe that, if they'll actually have time or the energy to do it. So what I want from you guys is I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and I want you to do a YouTube thumbnail pose. Whatever you think that may mean, I want you to do it, okay? So here we go. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Whatever with Jason Soto. I'm Jason Soto here with my pal Lisa Sally Haynes in the
Hello.
building. And our friend Bear is currently in Japan going, Hawaii? So,
I was ignorant. What the
they will
fuck
not
was
be
that?
here. They will not be here. So to fill in, I'm going to get a couple of guest hosts while they're doing their Hawaii thing in Japan. And I cannot believe I've never had Marc Armstead on our show. Mark, hello. How
What's
are
going
you?
on, everybody? I'm awesome. What's up, Jason? Hey, Lisa.
Hello. So
I-
excited to see you.
I apologize for never having you on, whatever, but I also feel like you may have been like staying away because we get to some nonsense here.
Oh God.
You
Well,
can no
not
longer escape.
knowingly, not knowingly. Maybe my subconscious. But that's some.
You look at the episode titles as they show up on your feed, and you're like, "Oh, what the fuck did they do over on that show?"
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Maybe.
Somehow we tricked Mark into showing up today.
We did, and I appreciate you taking time, Mark, for being here, filling in for Bear. And also to show appreciation, I want to give a shout out really quick to our $10 Patreon members. For keeping us afloat over here at Rabbit Hole Podcast, Silent Partner, Bear, Katie Coons, Brenda, Isabel, Tim, Rose Rodriguez, and Sandy. Thank you guys all very much for subscribing to us at the $10 level. Everyone else, I'm going to thank you at the end of the show. Mark, if anyone were
Yes.
to look at your Instagram, they would know 3 things about you. And one of those things is going to be you like to cook.
Yeah, I definitely do. Like that could have went some other places. I'm like, oh God.
Well, there's 2 other things, but we'll focus on the cooking for now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, I just have to know because I've been following you on Instagram for a long time, and you post the most awesome pictures of the most delicious food I have ever seen in my goddamn life. And I just have to know what made you want to cook things. How did you learn this? Was this like you picked this up, you wanted to do this? Like what's the secrets to, you being this big, awesome chef?
Being hungry.
Yes, that is the primary focus there.
I just want to feed myself. Screw all y'all.
But honestly, I come by it honest. My mom is a fantastic cook in the kitchen, and my dad grills. He's fantastic at it.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people don't know this, but I did not start cooking until I was like 30.
Mm.
So that's when I actually started cooking about, roughly 8 to 9 years ago. Like my parents cooked all the time. So when I lived at home, I didn't need to cook. And when I
Right.
tried to cook, yeah, my mom was like, that's her kitchen, nothing happens in her kitchen, that she
Fair.
doesn't know. So there was no need for I couldn't experiment. I couldn't try things out. It was do it this way, don't do it at all. So I'm like, okay, well, this is your kitchen. When I get my own kitchen, I get to try some things out.
Okay.
And that's where it started. But honestly, it's genetics.
Genetics, okay. Okay. Yeah, I can only do a couple of things, and I definitely cannot do anything on the grill. Like I suck at it. I tried.
Really?
I tried, and it's just not this. I can't do it. I
Oh.
don't even I wouldn't even try to do it anymore. It was
Listen, Jason, honestly, trial and error. Like I like grilling and like smoking meats and things. Let me tell you, I have fucked up some briskets in my day. Let me
Sounds like
tell
a euphemism.
But that's the thing.
Yes.
But that's the thing. These meats cost like a shit ton of money. So if you ruin them, you're gonna feel bad.
Right.
And that's the, you know, the motivation to not fuck up again.
Yeah.
It really is. It's trial and error. Like I've definitely made more mistakes than, you know, successes, but that's how you kind of get there. And Lisa, you would appreciate this, you know, being a English teacher. I look at recipes like doing research for a term paper. So I take different sources. So if I want to make let's just say I'm smoking some ribs. With smoking things, there's 10,000 ways of doing it. Everyone does a little bit differently. And what I do, I just kind of take a bunch of sources, different people, what they've said, take what they said, and like, let me try it this way. Let me put my little emphasis on this. Let me reinterpret what they're saying and add it to what I want to do. So
I look
that. I look at recipes and cooking, kind of like composing a thesis or a paper of some sort. You got your sources, you got your annotated bib, and you know, you put your own little point of view on it, and you kind of go with
that's the kind of paper I want to evaluate. I'm in. If you ever need a reader on that, I'm in.
Absolutely.
My dad's gonna be disappointed in me because like growing up, he would grill a lot, and he would always like force me to help him. And one of the things, and I want to stress, when this was happening, it was the 90s. So I don't know if grilling technology has gotten better in modern day recently. But there would be this thing that he would make me do where, he would have me either with like pot holders or with tongs or something, hold the metal grill up. Like after it was like cooking for a few hours, he would have me hold this, and then he would stir the charcoals because like it got cold or something. Okay, well, I was the schlup that had to stand over the smoky ass grill, smoke getting in my eyes.
Yep.
And like I'm like nervous as shit because this heat and smoke, and I'm like this, and again I'm like 13. And I'm just holding this thing, and he's like stirring it, and then like my arms are like, he's taking forever. I think he's doing it on purpose. I think he just wants me to hold this forever. And so he's just stirring this, and I'm like, can you stop, please? He's like, no, it's not ready yet. This side's still cold. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to drop this fucking thing. And then he's going to be really mad, which I did once. I did once drop it into the grill. It was a thing. It was a whole thing. He didn't look at me the whole rest of the day. Disappointment. But then thankfully, in like 1994, he found a grill that had a little open slot that you can open onto the grill. So he just had to move the meats to the side, and he opened up this thing, and then he's sure. And I was never so grateful for anything in my goddamn life when he got that thing. Like, I think I even pointed it out in the store. I'm like, look, there's a neat looking grill. Isn't that kind of cool? And he would look at it and he'd be like, oh, this is kind of neat. And then he figured out later, I pointed it out because it had that little hatch thing on it. And I didn't have to stand there anymore with fucking smoke going into my eyes and heat, you know, grazing my wrists and everything. So I was so glad he got that damn thing.
Listen, work smarter, not harder. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. And then oddly enough, my stepdad was also super into grilling as well. To like the point where like he had like almost a setup like yours, according to your pictures, like all these grills and smokers and all these things. I don't even know what the hell they were for. And yeah, he also, I don't know, maybe the area I live in is just more ripe for grilling. I don't know. But yeah, I'm somewhat familiar, but I never picked up on it. I didn't get the genetic gene like you did. Like I never picked up on it. I didn't get it through osmosis, apparently.
Yes. It's so funny. I saw a meme like 2 days ago saying that when men hit 35, they either become like sports fanatics, whiskey enthusiasts, or smokers. And I never felt more attacked.
Those three. Neil is two of those three.
Oh, man.
Like, ouch. Like who? Like I don't appreciate this, but it's also kind of true.
Well, that sucks because I'm not any of those things. I don't know what the hell that makes me.
And what happened to you? Were you absent that day?
I have no home apparently. I don't have a thing. Of all the things that I do, it's none of those three things.
Oh.
But yeah, and then and also too, I think it has something to do with where I live now because I live in an apartment, and they're kind of strict about grills. It's kind of one of those things where it's like
that's the other thing.
Like, we don't really want you to have one, but also if you have one, we're not going to say anything. Just don't start a fucking fire. Yeah. And don't start a fucking fire, please. Because there are people like around here that have them. And I even tried to have one, and again, I'm just not good at it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, it's just like the fire goes out quickly. I don't know what it is that I'm doing wrong. But I just gave up like years ago. I'm like, you know what? That's not for me. I can't do it. I'm just gonna fucking throw the thing in a microwave and be done.
Listen, we're gonna work on that, Jason. Somehow, some I'm gonna get you to be a functional. I'm not gonna say great, but you will feel comfortable.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't have to be great.
Gonna train you.
I don't have to be great at all. I don't have to be the greatest at everything. I'm already great at podcasting, so that could be my great thing.
This is true.
I don't have to be great. I'll let you be the greatest at the grilling.
There you go.
I wish.
Would you? There's this Netflix show. I can't remember what it's called, but like the Great Barbecue Showdown or something.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Would you ever go on that, Mark?
Oh God, me and my dad will watch that show, and I'm like, I would love to do that. But here's the thing about barbecue. In honest, this could translate to other areas in life. You could think you're the best at it, but I assure you, at least for barbecue, there is some 85-year-old grandma in North Tennessee that can fuck me up. Like, I know they're out there. At least 5 or 6 of them. Like, oh my God, like the amount of pressure that I would put on myself and like the performance anxiety, I would like fold on the first competition. I would love to. I think I could do it, but in reality, like, oh my God, I'll get my ass handed to me.
In the second season of that show, there was like a little old lady who got pretty far. Mm-hmm. I don't know if she won or not, but she got at least really far. But here's the only thing I don't like about like those kind of shows is they have to make it interesting for people to watch. So they come up with these stupid challenges that like nobody in the real world would do. There was literally a challenge where they all had to use like office furniture to like grill their meat. And there was like a dude that had like a filing cabinet.
I've seen several people.
That'd be a great smoker.
People have done it. That is not new. The bottom cabinet is where you put the fire. The other upper cabinet is the grills, like indirect smoke. Like,
I think that was like the best one on the show. But other people had like desks and they had like office chairs and like staplers and shit. Like, how you gonna grill on a fucking stapler? Like, who the hell's coming up with this shit on the show?
They make some great tongs.
Like, what the hell? Or I never liked watching like these competition reality shows because they always like do stupid things just to entertain. Felicia,
are you not entertained, Jason?
Felicia loved America's Next Top Model.
Oh, that show was a friggin' dumpster.
We all did.
And
absolutely, I watched that.
I would sometimes watch parts of the episode, and like she would come up with the stupidest challenges, and I'm like, and she would always say stuff like, well, if you're going to be a model, you're going to have to do this or go through this, and you're going to have to go do all this stuff. But I'm like, no, you don't got to do that, Tyra Banks, international famous model. You don't have to go 48 hours without eating. You're making these other people do this shit for no reason, except to entertain us.
Yep.
Like, she had the fucking gall to be like, I went through this. Like, no, you fucking didn't. You're a supermodel. If you go onto a set and you demanded something, they're going to rush to your aid immediately.
Well, now, not when she got started.
But she's been like that since the early 90s.
Oh, she's obnoxious to begin with, but
Tyra is an agent of chaos, especially on that show. She was terrible. But
Yes.
yeah,
I was always so
Tyra-
mad when I was forced to watch that show.
Can I tell you that, like, because I randomly will talk about stupid shit in my classroom, and there was a point where we were talking about America's Next Top Model. I told them about smizing,
Oh yeah.
right? This word that she has where you smile with your eyes, so
Mhm.
you look at the camera. So like Tyra will do the thing, and she'll be like, "What's smizing?" And she'll be like,
Yeah.
and it's so fucking creepy. So I do it with my kids. They're like, "You smile with your eyes." I had a kid use the word in a paper. I lost my shit. I laughed so hard. I'm like, this is not a word. I apologize that I gave you that impression.
I hope you didn't knock points off for him.
Oh my, no, of course I didn't, but I laughed myself silly.
That'd be shitty. Like, it was your word.
Oh my God. Not my word. It's her word.
It was your word. It was your
Also,
word.
Tyra
That's
making
got
us
legs.
think that. Yes, but Tyra also made people think like being a size 14 was plus size. No, it's fine.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah, that's
God.
right. She was
A
always
10.
she always
Back
would
off.
swear she was a plus size model, and I'm like, no, you're the size of my fucking
Full of
arm.
shit. Absolutely not.
Like, what are you talking about? And then she'd be like, this is the first season we have plus size models.
Yeah,
And they're like a
Fuck
7.
off.
Like they're
No.
a 7. And it's like, what? Oh
I
man.
remember like Takara. She was one of my favorite models. I'm like, Takara
Oh.
is not a plus size woman. I mean, she's
Mm.
thick, but she's not plus size. She was, I think, if I remember, she was like a 12 or a 14.
Yeah,
And they tried to make her seem like she was the biggest thing. I'm like, come on, y'all. This is
right.
the early 2000s for you, man. Insane.
Yeah. We need a nostalgia show now about the early 2000s.
We like some shitty TV, I'll tell you.
Yes.
Somebody work on that. Okay. Switching topics. I got a problem at work.
Uh-oh.
We officially have too many guys at my job, and I'm not a fan.
Sausage party.
So when I got hired in, it was 3 dudes besides me. I was the 4th dude that got added. All right.
Well, you started the problem then, clearly.
Since I've been there, we're now at 5 dudes.
Oh
okay?
my God.
The
So
rest-
one extra dude?
Yeah.
One extra dude.
But
How
that's
many people are in this office
like
space?
40 something. Maybe not that, like
What you
30.
talking about then? 5?
No, listen, here's why it's a problem. Here's
Ooh,
why
is
it's a
it bathroom
problem.
related?
The
Is it bathroom
bathroom.
related?
I
know
was
it.
so happy when I went to the bathroom. It was always empty because it was just me and like 2 other dudes, and we never really went at the same time, so it was never a problem. And then the other 2 dudes show up, and then suddenly I'm doing my thing in there. 2 people show up, and I'm like, no, this is bullshit. I missed the privacy. It was almost like having a private
Welcome
bathroom.
to my world.
Okay, you're
Can't
a
take
woman,
shits in
but
peace.
you're a woman. I'm talking about
Women's
me being a
bathrooms are
man.
disgusting.
Yes, they are.
Women,
Women's
oh my
rooms.
God.
People are gross.
Why are women's bathrooms so fucking terrible?
Because they're gnats. They all think they're too good to clean up after themselves. There's
And they
nothing
don't sit on toilet
grosser
seats.
than like, oh, that's the other fucking thing. Yeah, they do. They hover, but then they won't clean up. And so, obviously in the floors in the school, you have, bathrooms, like one faculty bathroom per floor. So there's single serve. So it's like 1 female, 1 male, whatever it is. And
Single
half the
serve.
time, none of us, yeah, that's what I've always called them, the single serve bathrooms.
Yeah.
So nobody gives a shit. We use whichever one's open. But there's a woman every time I go in there. There's like this really long black hair on the white sink. And I'm like, look, you can't rinse that away. Like, I get it. You got to fix your hair. You got to prep yourself up. Fine. Nobody wants to come in here and deal with your hair on the sink. And it's just like people don't like turn around and check the toilet when they're done to make sure everything's all clear and good to go. It's
No.
disgusting. Women are gross. And they
They
do not,
hoob over
but
the
they're
toilet.
too-
They just
they're too good to check out and think about somebody else. I was in there yesterday and there were absolutely no paper towels. I'm like, well, that's really wonderful. Thank you so much, you asshole, whoever came in here and and then didn't do anything, because literally the custodian closet is next to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
All you need to do, like, we all have a key. It's like a master key. Go in there, get the paper towels, put them in there, and then leave. Why is this a problem?
They probably think it's not their job.
And that's the other thing, that not to mention toilet paper.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. But then you'll be the first one to squawk when you're the asshole who has to go in there. And use it. Oh my God. It's insane.
And honestly, I have this theory, this formula. The nicer the job is perceived to be, the nastier the toilets are.
Accurate.
I can see that.
Like, let me tell you, the chaos. Now, I work for, I'm a government employee, okay? The bathrooms that I have been witness to at my job have been crime scenes, but instead of like blood, it's shit.
Yes, that's
Like,
horrifying.
On the walls, on the toilets, beneath. Like, what happened here? Like, how did we get here, people? What were the chain of events that led to what I'm seeing right here?
Yeah.
And how did you leave this room and not tell anybody? Actually, I get why you didn't tell anybody, but what the fuck is going on? You know, we need an intervention, honestly.
Which is gross.
Yeah.
And a community refrigerator too is the other problem.
We have that
Bring
too.
your shit in, bring your shit out every single day. What's the problem?
Yeah. And my job, it is two things. It's the bathroom and it's the fridge.
Yep.
So the bathroom, now again, so I said I'm like one of now 5 dudes that work at where I work. So the rest are women. I don't know what the fuck they're doing in this bathroom, but I always hear once a day some woman coming out of that woman's bathroom and they're like, that's fucked up. I need to go report this. And I'm like, what the fuck are you all doing? Like, I know everybody by now. And here's the other thing. They're all, not all, but like maybe 75% of the women are like older black women. And I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, what are they doing to these bathrooms? I don't understand. Like, and then for me, like my issue now that we have all these dudes and a lot of these dudes in my job now, there's one guy, I'm going to say something really offensive, so everyone just start bracing yourselves. There's this one dude who's gay, and I hope he's not a bottom, going by the amount of times he shits and how badly he shits in this bathroom. Because every time I go in,
by the way, is your this right here is your thumbnail, because you said that and both Mark and I went,
because it's the most foul fucking thing. Every time I go after this dude, I'm like, oh my God, please don't be a bottom, because I feel sorry for whoever that you're fucking, because that has to be horrible. God. Oh my God, I hate it. I hate seeing him walk out, and I'm about to walk in, and I'm like, God damn it. I know it's going to happen when I go in there. And I'm right.
So yours a single server. You get stalls.
We have, there's 2 stalls and 2 urinals, and then a sink.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
God, 2 stalls. You can't even do the buffer stall.
But here's the thing about the stalls.
Battle shit.
There's a big, so our building where we're at, like years ago, used to be a medical center. Okay. And so the bathrooms are like prepared for like wheelchairs.
Got it.
And people with wheelchairs can work there and be able to go to the bathroom comfortably as well. Good. So there's one stall that's big, that's a lot of room. And then the second one is really like a Target bathroom. If you ever go to the bathroom at Target, it's that size stall. Yes. Is that size stall. So nobody likes to use the small one because it's small. So everyone
want to get comfortable.
So everyone uses the bigger stall. And so
I feel like that's the title of an essay collection about like working in public buildings. Nobody wants the smaller stall.
Nobody wants the small stall.
That's the title.
That should be the name of the episode. Nobody wants the small stall.
It feels like a self-help book.
It does.
Nobody wants
that small stall, I'll tell you.
No, but that's why I'm like mad that like all these dudes are getting hired in now, because it used to be so peaceful. And now I have to like deal with smells and people walking in on me and shit. And I'm just like, man, can we fire a couple of these guys? Can I plant some evidence on them? Can I say that they were They were, helping their, because I deal with the government too, but I do the food stamp version. And I'm like, oh, this guy, he was totally getting food stamps for his mom. Yeah, get him out of here. Can I do that? Is that ethical? Is that ethical, everybody? Write in, whatever, jasonsoto@gmail.com if you think that's ethical.
Jason wants to shit in peace.
I want to shit in peace, God damn it. I'm at that building 8 hours a day, all right?
Yeah.
When I was at Staples, I was able to shit comfortably because the door locked. It was just a one-person thing.
Single serve. Yep.
I can't believe I'm actually missing Staples for something.
All hail the single serve, I'll tell you.
Listen, it's very helpful. But I also started doing this, post-pandemic. I bring like poopery and wet wipes with me. So, it's a very, if I have to shit in public, at least there's a little slice of home.
Right.
Wet wipes, you got to go to work all day. Little poopery spray so no one knows what I was doing.
It helps, yep.
It definitely helps.
Well, that fucking guy in my job needs that shit. Let me tell you.
Drop some on his desk. Just sit on his desk.
Just put some
go
like
there
in
early.
the stall.
You're right.
Like put some in the stall. No, but like you just put one on the toilet paper holder, and then it's there for anybody who needs it.
There's one flaw with that though. If I do that,
there's only 4 of you.
There's 4 other dudes, so he's always going to be suspicious of the 4 of us.
That's true.
But listen, you have to do it, and you have to put a sticky note on it that just says "girl." ... Oh my god! It will throw him off because he will think it's another gay guy there. Who knows?
Oh shit!
Like, Jason, he isn't gay. It'll throw him off the sign. It'll throw him off the sign.
Oh, that was. Oh my god!
Girl.
Oh my god!
Just girl.
You almost make me want to do this. I almost want to do this.
You have to report back if you do.
I almost want to do this.
Do it. But take down his episode if you do.
Oh shit, that's right.
Why does the show go from 138 to 140? What happened in 139? Was it that gay shit comment that he said?
Amazing.
Yeah. There'll be a Patreon only exclusive.
My God, yes.
Yeah, you got to give us $10 in order to watch episode 139.
Oh God.
So, what exactly do we talk about on Sporadicast?
How to make the best margarita.
Cocksuckers?
Sure, we could talk about all of that. And more. Sporadicast!
But Jason, when can people find Sporadicast? Wherever they get their podcasts or on our website, rabbitholepodcast.com.
That's the beauty. Sporadically.
Oh.
I don't get it.
Anyway, that's what I've been dealing with like the past 6 months of my job now. Because I've been there over a year.
That went by fast. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually enjoying it. It's actually a pretty cool job. All right, since I'm on an offensive train, there's one more thing about my job I got to talk about. I'm not going to use names. Do not make me use names, okay? But there's a woman there who scares the shit out of me because of the way she looks.
Oh.
Okay, I know. All right. All right. We're going to get this out. We're just going to get this out. I got to get this out. You guys are my therapist right now. Okay, so there's this girl who she started 3, 4, 5 months ago. I'm going to make a vague range. And okay, I'm going to describe her. You know that movie Nightmare Before Christmas, the main guy, Jack Skellington?
Yeah.
That's her. She's this
Great.
bone thin woman. I don't know how the hell she stands upright. Like, I feel like I just go, and she just fly away into the wind. I don't know how she's upright. And here's the thing. I'm not one to criticize people's looks, but I feel like she purposely beat herself up with a baseball bat and then just kept the look. Her face freaks me the fuck out.
Aww.
I don't know what is exactly wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong, medically or anything. I just think I can't really fully explain the face, but it freaks me the fuck out. And it freaked me out even more one day when I went to go talk to the person that sits next to her about something, and I'm talking to that person, and then suddenly the stick figure shows up right here, and I'm looking, and it's like dead set in my face. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to run right now, because what the fuck is this? Who conjured the skeleton from a cemetery? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this?
On a level of Gaunt, are we talking like Willem Dafoe?
Are we talking Zelda? Like Zelda from like Pet Cemetery kind of thing? Or
yes. How bad is
remember the sister?
Oh God,
a little Willem Dafoe-ish, yeah, but the face is even more skinnier, if you can imagine that.
Ooh.
Okay. And here's the other thing about her is she's kind of one of those annoying people that does the live, love, laugh thing and buys all the decorations from Pier 1 that has a girl boss name thing on her desk and live every day like it's an adventure. You know, she does those. She's. Remember that scene in Fight Club where Ed Norton is like writing the inspirational posts and like the emails? Okay, that's her. But like she just like sends them out randomly to us every day. And I cringe when my thing goes ding because I know it's fucking her saying something like, make sure you laugh at least once a day. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, can I just be in peace? I can't shit comfortably. I gotta hear all these like live, love, laugh phrases. My God. My God.
It sounds like meth. There's
okay.
a little meth going on there.
I can see that.
Some uppers.
I can maybe see that.
At the very least, caffeine pills, you know.
I can get that vibe from her. I can get that.
Oh God.
I can totally. If that's how she gets like fired, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. That 100%. And okay,
is she married?
I don't think so, but I know she has kids. At least one, because her like, we have like I don't know how to explain what the hell this thing is. It's like a storage thing that has like a lid that goes up and down. You can put your stuff in it and then you can close it. And
they're cabinets in a cubicle.
I don't know why I couldn't think of the word cabinet. Thank you. That's the word. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. That was a brain fart on my part.
I was like, what are we talking about? No,
it is a cabinet. Thank you. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me that I couldn't think of the word cabinet. Anyway,
it's close. It's
a cabinet.
It's okay. We're almost there.
And so, you know, it's magnetized, obviously. Like, you put magnets on there. It's fucking covered with her kids. Like, nothing but kids just covered on this thing. So she has at least one kid, if not maybe two. No, but she freaks me the fuck out. And I don't know. I'm hoping she gets fired soon. Honestly, I want to be honest. If we're all going to be honest.
Listen, Jason, put a sandwich on her desk and write on a sticky note, girl.
Yes.
And I want to anyone listening, I'm not normally like this about people. I get people look the way they look. They can't help it. But this person freaks me out to the point where I feel like she somehow did this to herself on purpose. Like, that's the way, like, that's the only way I could think that's why she looks the way she looks. Because, yeah, I don't know. It's just fucking weird.
Oh Lord, it's gonna be a Netflix documentary about this woman. And Jason's gonna be interviewed.
I'll be the talking head.
Like, she was just ugly, and that's the problem. I don't know, but
this woman scared me.
She was scary. Yeah. You ever seen the movie Evil Dead? You know the scene where all the skeletons come out? Yeah, she's one of those skeletons. And then they show the scene from the Evil Dead, the skeletons coming up.
Yeah.
Somebody get on that.
The arrow pointing at her, like, yeah, that's her.
That's her, right? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Wow, I feel better that I got that out. I had to tell somebody this.
Good to get that off your chest.
Because like I go to work every day and I see that and I'm just like, oh my God. So the fridge, now I'm talking about the fridge at work because you bought it up. So this is like a second thing that's going on at work. The manager, and I think she willingly does this, she cleans the fridge out at least once a month. She sends an email, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna clean. If you have anything in the fridge that you do not want thrown out, come get it before you leave today. And then after you all leave, I'm gonna clean the fridge out,
chucked.
and it's getting thrown out in the trash." Okay, she does this once a month. All right.
Yep. Good.
I swear to God, a week later, it's like back to the same state that it was.
Yes, this is what I'm talking about.
Like, why? Like, what the fuck are people
Because people
putting
are disgusting
in this thing where it still smells? And I know she's cleaned it. I have seen her clean this thing with like bleach and a scrubbing pad and stuff. So I don't understand how it's just like 2 days later, like it's just fucking smells like dead fish in there again. I don't understand it. And we have two refrigerators. I want to say that we have two refrigerators. One's like the more nicer one, and then the other one's kind of the crappier one. And I think somebody that at work bought the nicer one, and the state gave us the crappy one.
Probably. Yeah, everybody got together and chipped in a little bit, and everybody helped buy a new one. Yeah,
because like our break room is filled with stuff like that. Like we have two microwaves. One is a nicer microwave. That one I think somebody at job bought that one. Yes. And then there's the crappy microwave that the state just gave us. They bought it at a yard sale like 18 years ago.
Yep.
Oh yes. Oh, that reminds me. Small tangent. Oh God.
Yeah.
When I worked at Best Buy, we had the hub, which was our break room. We called the break room the hub. And some poor child, she clearly did this at home, so she didn't have a problem doing this inside of her workplace. She walked to work and it rained that day, and she microwaved her socks to dry them. True story.
Oh no.
True story.
Oh
yes.
my God.
Yes.
Why?
So because people live. You don't know how people live. You don't know how people live. But the fact that she did this, and then she told people like, yeah, just put them in the house, I put them in the microwave to warm them up, to dry them out, and put them back on. And I heard her say this, and I'm like, oh shit, so you don't see the problem in that. So that's the problem. You don't see this being a problem. Microwaving something that's on your body, where people put their food.
That's so disgusting.
On top of that.
Oh my God.
And y'all, I swear to God, this is a true story. Hand to the man, this actually happened. And of course, it's a store. Stores, they gossip. So it went around the store. Everyone found out about it. The manager finally got wind of it. Like, replace this fucking microwave.
Yes.
No one's using this microwave again.
You're at a Best Buy. There's plenty of them there.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's what we did. We took one off the shelf, a display, put it in there, did the inventory shit to fix it. But yes. He microwaved her goddamn socks to dry them in the microwave and did not see a problem with that.
That is revolting.
You don't know how people live. You don't know how people live.
And immediately after you threw that microwave out, Quentin Tarantino picked it up.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Somehow he caught wind of it.
He did. He heard about it. He went all the way to where you are. He picked that up from the dumpster.
Amazing.
Oh yes.
Every time he microwaves a burrito, he's like, "Oh yeah,
yeah." he does the Hannibal Lecter noise. Jesus.
It's the only way he'll come is by using that microwave.
Ew. Ew.
He has that's what it is. He has all of his dates, take their socks off, put them in the microwave, set it for like 5 minutes, and then he's just standing there. He has to fuck in the kitchen. It's the only way he can do it. And you got to do it by the microwave so the smell just wafts through the kitchen. And he's Quentin Tarantino. He's got to have a big kitchen. So,
oh yeah.
Maybe he's got an island like in the middle of the kitchen. He just fucks everybody on there while the smell of the foot microwave just engulfs everybody.
Just hail dander in the air.
Yeah.
Oh man, are we kink shaming feet people? Kinda.
No.
Yes.
Just Tarantino.
I said kinda.
He doesn't.
I respect the man as a filmmaker, but his personal stuff, we're just gonna let that be. Like Smashing Pumpkins is one of my favorite bands of all times. I choose to ignore everything Billy Corgan says.
Yeah.
And he said some really scary things, and I'm like, yeah, but today is an awesome fucking song. So, you know, Siamese Dream is like my top 10 favorite albums of all time. Yeah, fine. Be Jesus-y. I'm just gonna go over here and listen to this arm. All right, that's you. I was upset when I found out one of their songs was literally about Jesus, and it's one of my favorite songs from them. And I'm like, God damn it, fine. I'll like the song. I'll know it's about Jesus, but I'm going to do it begrudgingly.
Ha 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 ha. You're now a Christian.
Wouldn't that be amazing if that's how it worked? Wouldn't that be amazing if that's how that worked?
Oh my God.
Hey
That's
everyone,
funny.
listen to 33 by Smashing Pumpkins and then you're immediately going to go to heaven.
I mean, people were afraid in the 70s of listening to heavy metal and becoming Satanists. Nowadays, you
It's the
listen to
opposite.
Smashing Pumpkins and you become Christians.
Yeah.
You bought that Lifehouse CD? You're a Christian.
Lifehouse.
Are they
Also,
Christian?
Jar of Clay. Yeah, they were. Jar of Clay.
Yeah.
Was
I know
Christian.
Jar of Clay was. I knew Jar of Clay. I didn't know Lifehouse was. But I guess the name kind of sounds like a Christian
Right.
band, so that kind of makes
Yeah.
sense. But that
Also,
song they
what's-
had didn't seem
Isn't
Christian
Kings of
me.
Leon also Christian? Or am I making that up?
well.
No, I think they're children of a preacher or something like that. So
They
Okay,
were-
so
grew up
that
in
may
the
be where it's
church.
coming from then. Okay.
Yeah.
They were like Mormons or something, or they were like their family was in the Mormon church, I think, but they didn't
Okay. Got
practice.
Mhm.
I think that's the story.
I don't know. Every
Yeah.
now and then, weird shit shows up in my brain, and I don't even question it anymore.
Because yeah, it's they're so like they're not practicing it, but I think they
Right.
do have family in the Mormon church.
Yeah.
And they might have been
And
like when they were
Flyleaf.
kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember
Flyleaf is
Flyleaf.
another. Yeah,
remember that
I didn't
one.
know that they were Christian. We're like, oh wow, Christian screamo. Okay, cool.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
that's a thing.
I remember when
There's a lot of
PLD was
angst in
out.
Christians.
When PLD was out, there was so
Oh,
many
yeah.
questions about are they a Christian band? And I think was it ever really resolved if they were or not? I don't remember.
Oh,
No.
they definitely are. They have a song called "Without Jah." Oh God, don't get me started.
Ah.
Without Jah, nothing. And it's funny because the song starts off like punk rock screaming,
Yeah.
about God, and then it just converts, like it turns on a dime, and it's like a Jamaican. I said Jamaican Jesus, Mark, like a reggae track, and it's so crazy. It's like really. Of course, this is like 2001, 2002.
Right.
But yeah, they were definitely a Christian rock front.
And then I will say this. I am a huge fan of the first album from Creed. Their first album, I'm going to just say it. I don't care. You don't have to agree with me. Fucking rocks. I love that whole album from beginning to end. I remember when it came out, I bought it because I liked My Own Prison. And that was the only way you could listen to really music at home. It was about the radio, is to buy the CD. And so I heard the whole thing. And I'm like, this album's fucking awesome. And then like later, everyone was like, oh, they're a Christian band. They're secretly Christian. There's secret Christian messages in their songs. And then I'm like, no, they're not. And then they come out with Higher. And then I'm like, okay, maybe. And then,
Now
but I
that
felt
you
like,
mention it,
but what's weird about them is I felt like the more they went on, the more Christian-y they got. Because like that first album, there's not like a super hint of it.
yeah.
But then like the third album is like he's doing the Jesus pose and he's got a song called My Sacrifice.
And
And
away
I'm
we
like,
go.
all right, maybe you guys are right. Maybe I'll
Yes.
concede to this fact. But that fucking first album, I'm gonna be honest, everyone give it one listen. Just listen to
No.
it once.
Already
No,
done.
I
No.
swear to you, it is like the best like
I
alternative
was
rock
aware
album.
of them when they were coming up because I had a friend who was obsessed with them. Woodstock 99. I missed seeing Godsmack and Our Lady Peace because my friends wanted to see Creed. So standing there toward the front, we weren't like full mosh pit, but we're like in the front of the stage area. And I'm standing there, and I had like a blanket that I had bought, and I'm holding the blanket.
So
and there's, like,
99.
people crowd surfing, and some dude came by me, and I didn't help, so he fell. I'm like, I don't care, fuck you guy.
Oh my,
I don't want to hear
Lisa.
Creed. They were all drunk idiots anyway. Nobody cared. But yep.
Well,
No,
considering
I mean-
what happened later at Woodstock 99, that was probably nothing. So
Yeah. But people tend to forget, like, Creed ruled the world at one point in time.
they did.
They were really,
No,
really
really?
big. Yes,
Yeah.
they were.
Creed was the number one act in the world. Internationally,
They were.
they were on top. You know, that
And-
was for a reason.
And similarly, and nowadays everyone looks back at this and laughs, but Limp Bizkit like could do no wrong.
I loved Limp Bizkit. I still don't give a shit. I love.
Oh, I don't either.
Yeah.
I'm 100%. I still listen to their shit.
I thought that I friggin' loved Significant Other.
But-
That was a great album.
Here's my favorite thing that I love telling people about Limp Bizkit when they're like, how did anyone like their music back in the day when they were out? When Nookie came out, the day that Nookie
I
came
still
out,
love that song.
the exact day, I remember this very clearly. They were actually in Chicago when that song came out, and they performed a secret concert, and everybody went fucking nuts trying to find where this concert was. And then, like, you got a whole thing, like, cops got involved because people were, like, breaking into clothes, like, warehouses and shit.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
nuts. And then that night, the radio station at night, like, every night at 9 o'clock, they would do the top 9 at 9. These are the 9 most popular songs in the world this week. They played Nookie 9 times in a row. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating.
That's
Like,
nuts.
literally was like 9 times in a row they played Nookie the day that it came out. And
That's
awesome. It was nuts. And I swear, like, I tell that story, people don't believe me because they're like, them? Like, yes, fucking Limp Bizkit ruled 1999.
Yes, they did.
They could not do
Angsty
no wrong.
teenagers, of course. That's
Yes, they
we
did.
love that shit. We ate that shit up. In
Yes.
99.
Like, I think fondly about 1999, and I'm like, Limp Bizkit was on fucking top 9 at 9 times
9
In-
times.
in a row, 9 times in a row. It was
Yes.
so weird to think about that. I never got to go to that concert. Because, like, I was more in the suburbs of, like, Chicago, and that was more, like, in the downtownish, kind of more north of Chicago area. And I was 19. I didn't have a car. I had a crappy job. I worked at McDonald's, and I had no way to, like, even try to find where this was. So I'm just living vicariously through the radio because they're constantly, like, updating on
Yes.
the radio station. I had that radio on that entire day that song
Oh
came
my
out.
God.
The radio.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
I wonder if younger people listen to our show, this show, and we talk about these things, and then they're like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
Oh, they just know we're old.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what? First off, they probably were like, Limp Bizkit. What the fuck is a Limp Bizkit?
Well, here's what's fun. They know who Limp Bizkit is. Like my friend, again, Woodstock 99, we're talking about going, and my friend was writing out who was going to be there and wrote out like LIMPBISCUIT.
Oh, oh,
And I remember looking at the list being like, that's not correct.
That's not how you
like, it's not how it's spelled.
That's how you spell
BIZKIT.
T,
Like, let's,
yep.
yes.
Bizkit.
Bizkit.
Buddy Fred was
Bizkit.
not known for the spelling, yo.
No, well, no, it was not cool to spell things right in the late
course.
90s. You had to misspell everything.
Nothing is spelled right now either.
Corn
Beginning
began
and
with a K.
It did indeed.
They spelled their name with a K.
It did indeed.
And then they had a song called Adidas. It was about all day I dream about sex.
Yes.
Adidas if you're British.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh,
And juggalos are still a thing. Talking about 99. Juggalos are still out here. in
Oh,
the
yeah.
streets.
They are still around. They definitely
Oh,
are.
they
my God.
lived through the 90s and made it to 2024, and
Of
it's
course.
fucking amazing.
Hey,
It
good
is.
on them.
Yeah. But like,
They
oh
still
my-
do The Gathering.
Yep.
And to anyone
but-
listening, The Gathering is like an hour and a half from Chicago. Like, if I was so inclined, I could have gone to that fucking thing so many times. And my friend Bill, he I don't think he listens to this, so he can't get
No.
too mad at me. He claims to be a juggalo. I don't think he's really one.
Oh God.
I think but here's the thing. I think he just likes the music. And I'm like, you can just like the music and you don't have to be the juggalo. You could just listen to the songs. You don't gotta fall into the whole thing. You don't gotta do all this stuff. But no, he's like, yeah, I'm a juggalo. He got like one tattoo on his leg somewhere of the hatchet guy. But I'm like, I keep like saying, because I look at the footage from the gathering and it's these like unwashed people with like hair down to their butts who probably like are on every drug you can imagine. And then I look at him who's somewhat like me. And like, that'd be like if I said I was a juggalo. Would anyone believe if I said I was a juggalo? I'm like, hey gang, I'm a juggalo. I'm a juggalo for life.
Like
Hatchet forever. When does the next Joker card come out, homie? Man, Violent J, what a character, huh? That guy. Woo. Oh, that's it. I did see their movie. Did you all know they had a movie?
No.
Don't they all at this point?
So it's called Big Money Hustlers.
Oh God!
And it's their take on blaxploitation films, and yes, blaxploitation, not exploitation, blaxploitation. Shaggy Two Dope is the detective, and Violent J is like the bad guy. And if you've ever seen like Shaft or Coffee or any of those movies, imagine ICP in those roles.
Yes. Another thing I hate about ICP,
this episode has really gone in a weird direction.
It has. And I think it's my fault. I apologize.
No. This is how the show is. Lisa's always blind to the fact of what the show is about.
I'm in denial.
She gets amnesia after this is like that Apple show Severance where she leaves the show and she forgets
Holy
what
shit,
the hell
that's a
just
good
happened.
show. I'm still waiting on season 2 for that show. That's a good show.
She forgets everything that happens on this podcast.
Yes.
And so when I'm like, we talk about dicks and dildos
I
on the
deliberately
show,
block it out.
Lisa's like, no, we don't. We don't talk about dicks and dildos. What are you talking? I wouldn't be a co-host on a show about dicks and dildos and talk about gay people shitting in a bathroom. Why would I be on a show like that?
Girl.
It's girl. It's
true.
Low and goes
I'm not gay, so I don't get the
guRL, right? It's got to be spelled guRL. Is that I've seen it spelled that way. I've seen it. I've only seen it spelled that way. I'm just asking for clarification.
It's the tone, intonation. It's like, girl, like, what is going on? Like,
so I have to do a lowercase g, lowercase u, and then uppercase R and uppercase L
and
with a bunch of dots.
Yes.
Yes. And I assure you, he will understand and then feel.
You are really making me want to do this for real.
This is the title. And the title is like girl, and then spell out ... So it's to say girl.
I will think about it. I had another title in mind, but I will think about it.
Oh, it's so good.
But back to the juggalos.
Yeah, juggalos.
The use of the word ninja for replacement. I'm like, I can't. No.
I have heard that.
Yes. I just recently watched an interview of everyone's old as a juggalo. the pudgy blonde one, the one that looks like Guy Fieri's,
that's Violent J.
Him. He was in an interview like in 2024 saying ninja in that way. I'm like, okay, that's all right.
Yeah, I don't approve of that. As a juggalo myself, I do not approve of the use of ninja like that.
Yes.
I'm not actually juggalo people.
Them making a blaxploitation flick sounds...
And it's wild. It's really fucking wild. It's a weird movie. 'Cause like you listen to their songs and they're just talking about like murder and killing and all this shit, right? So then you hear they make a movie and you're like, oh, it's gotta be a horror movie. No, it's a blaxploitation comedy where like they play it out like a blaxploitation film. And it gets meta a few times. Like they even have like the actual director like walk through a scene, like directing like a thing really quickly, and then he goes back. Like it's a very bizarre movie. It's really fucking weird.
I'm gonna take your word for that. I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm not gonna make you guys watch. Like, no, you guys are fine. You do not have to watch it. You know, only if you're morbidly curious. I don't even know if it's anywhere. You know what? I'm gonna look. I'm gonna go to Just Watch, and I want to see if that's somewhere. Like, where the hell could possibly Big Money Hustlers? There it is. What do we got? Okay, so, big fucking shock. Why did I not even think of this?
Tubi!
It's on Tubi. Of course.
Of course.
Yep.
What was I thinking? Where else would it possibly
That is
be?
hilarious.
Of course. It's not gonna be on Paramount Plus. Who the hell fuck's gonna put Big Money Hustlers on Paramount Plus?
Amazing. Of course it's on Tubi.
I'm almost surprised fucking ICP doesn't have like their own streaming thing.
That is hilarious.
Like Ninja Plus.
You're going to hell, Jason.
Juggalo Plus?
Good grief.
Lord.
That's the one that upset you of everything that I've said in the past
Mark
55 minutes.
On the show.
The past 55 minutes, I've said way worse things than
This is the
Ninja.
one.
And that's the one that took you out. Okay, cool. Mark it. We're going to make a little notation. This is what took Mark out.
I can't.
On episode 139 that nobody can find.
Jason just nullified his Jar of Clay CD. No longer a Christian. You're out.
Oh, man. Damn it. I'm so looking forward to that, too. Big Money Hustlers. I can't, man. That was a blast from the past. And I've seen that more than once because, again, as I said, my friend Bill thinks he's a juggalo. So I would go over
to prove it by watching that show,
and he would watch it. Yes, and I'm just like, I've tried the conversation a couple times of like, you're not really a juggalo. You just
need
like the music.
like a friggin' intervention. Words are hard today
because like nothing about him screams juggalo. Like if you've seen him. And Lisa's seen him, so she knows what he looks like. I'm sorry, nothing about him screams juggalo. So I don't understand. Like, you know, everyone out there listening, I'm being dead serious. You do not have to say you're in the fan base to enjoy the music. I like Taylor Swift music, but I do not say I'm a Swiftie. I can listen to her music and not go super crazy gaga nuts and like scream my head off and pay millions of dollars to go see her in concert. I just like the songs.
So
and I don't like every song. And I don't like every song. I do not like her new album. That album sucks. I hate that album. I wish she didn't do it, but I do like a lot of her other songs. And Mark, I know you got opinions. I'm fine.
No.
We're
I just
here.
find it very, very interesting. You like Taylor Swift, but you hate Beyonce.
Okay,
very telling.
I'm going to reinstate the Beyonce thing because it keeps getting twisted. Okay, I don't like her fans. I don't like.
Oh, so this is like me and the Patriots.
Wait. Okay, yeah. And I've said this before. I don't like her fans only because they put her on this giant pedestal and like swear she's like God. And I'm like, no, I don't see it. Now, Beyonce herself, I have no problem with her. Okay. She's doing her thing. She is a talented singer. She can sing really well. I am giving her all the credit for that. She can sing really well. I know that she can write songs. She gets some help with some songwriting, but
everybody does.
But
Thank you, Lisa.
But I do think she is talented. So I don't hate Beyonce herself as a person. When I hear her music, I don't see the God tier level that everyone puts her on. That's the thing that annoys me. That's what.
So you say with Taylor Swift?
I will say the same thing about Taylor Swift. I like her songs. I think she's talented. She's a good singer. She's a good songwriter. I would never be like, oh my God, Taylor Swift song and like go fucking nuts. I just like the music. And I do like some Beyonce songs too. I don't hate all of them. I wanted to stress that.
I am a Beyonce diehard. If you haven't picked up on,
yes, I'm aware. Yes, I live with one too. So
yes. So Taylor's okay. Like, but Swifties, the 1830s line, like, this is how you know you don't have black friends. This is how you know that Taylor Swift does not have true black friends. Because if she would have played that song with the lyrics to that one song where she was in the 1930s,
yeah,
the
she
1830s,
wants to live back then, except for the racists.
Like, honey, that was the 1830s.
Yeah, yep.
Like, what on earth, honey?
No, yeah, exactly. I agree. I do agree. I don't think Taylor Swift should be held on a pedestal either. Like, when I see all that madness, I'm like, why? Like, there's no need for all this. Like, she has some decent songs, and she has some bad songs. And I feel the same way about Beyonce. I think she has some good songs, and I do think she has some not so good songs. And I just don't get, like, the worship. That's just what it is. That's all it is about Beyonce. It is. I have nothing against her. I have nothing whatsoever. It's just that. That's it.
Okay.
I promise. And I've said this multiple times, and everyone twists it to, you hate Beyonce.
Well, that's because it's funny to get you all riled up.
It is. It is.
And I just want to stress, no, I hate the people that put her on a pedestal. Those are the ones that I can't stand. That's all.
Fair
Damn
enough.
it. Okay. All right. I think that's a good place to end. Mark, I want to thank you for putting up with this madness. You're a very patient fellow. I have to tell people that you are the co-host of Word of Hellmouth with our pal Heather. Yes. And you two talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I edit your shows.
Yes, you do.
I get to listen to them, and I've never seen an episode of Buffy in my life. And you guys really almost make me want to watch it.
That surprises me, Jason. I'm actually surprised that you
I never just got into it. I just never got into it.
Huh.
I've
you
seen
should now, though. You should.
I've seen the '92 movie, obviously, like a bunch, and we covered
that. In my opinion, is
and I was a guest, and I was a guest on the show, and we talked about the movie. But yeah, so listen to you guys like talk about the show. Like, you guys are very passionate about it. You guys know what you're talking about, and you make it really fun to listen to because you throw in these little jabs. You make fun of Xander. I love when you guys rip Xander a new one. And you guys just have interesting takes on everything. So I want everyone to go check out Word of Hellmouth right now. It's a damn good show. Everyone go listen to it. Mark is wonderful. Heather is wonderful. It is a great show all around. Those two have like the best chemistry I've ever seen on a podcast. Like, it's really bizarre.
I've ever heard. Most people hear on podcasts. Jason sees them.
I can see them. I can see sounds. That was a name of something. Anyway,
Pharrell's first album, Seeing Sound.
Yes, that is it.
Yep.
Like, where did that phrase come from? Anyway, Mark, yes, you do an awesome job over at Word of Hellmouth. So, thanks for doing that, and thanks for being on here, and thanks for being patient with me today.
Oh no, this was awesome! This is a blast. So, thank you for having me. Thank you for producing our show, and
yes.
I'll be more than happy to come back anytime you need me. So, Bear, stay gone for a little while.
Stay over in Japan. Yeah, stay in Japan, Bear. How kawaii? Just doing that nonstop. Wonder if their eyes hurt from just constantly closing it and doing the finger thing.
No, they're already slanted, so he's okay. Okay.
Yes, I got Mark to do it.
Indiscriminate shade for everyone.
You're like my friend Beck is like, look, I just hate everyone equally. I'm just gonna crack out anyone everywhere.
Oh Lord.
And before we go, I have to thank Chris R. from Hersing Around, Vern from Cinema Recall, Carl from Hersing Around, Lackey, Toby, Kevin, Serena, Jace, and I did not update. We had a couple of new ones in the past week, and I forgot to update my little list here. So let me find you. Now has the website, takes like 10,000 years to load. There we go. Eileen Sullivan. Thank you so much to Eileen Sullivan. Sabrina. Thank you so much to Sabrina. And, someone named Jay Smythe. Thank you so much to Jay Smythe. So there you guys
None
go.
of us people who give us new people who give us money.
If you want to be cool like them and give us money, you can go to patreon.com/rabbitholepods and you can join. It's just $1. And you get episodes early, you get bonus content once a month. Some of us get together to watch and riff a movie. And you get to check that out. A lot of cool stuff over there. Patreon.com/rabbitholepods. Lisa, thank you so much for joining me as well. You're awesome and cool. Kawaii. That is going to do it for us. Wash your goddamn hands and keep your head in the clouds and your feet in the mud. Adios.
Copyright 2024 Rabbit Hole Podcasts, rabbitholepodcasts.com.